Hey everybody, I'm live. Can you hear me and see me? That's very important before I go any further. Let me know. So let me know in the chat, please, if you can hear me, you can see me. Hello, it takes a few minutes. Hey everybody. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure I actually have a second screen and I'm watching myself, but I didn't want to hear myself echo. Great, great. I hope everybody's having a great evening. Tonight this is the video, this is the webinar for everybody that's brand new and somebody that might be new, just want to learn a little bit. I don't do a lot of depth of things that are covered later, but I make sure you understand absolutely how to get around and where everything is. And if there's any questions that are non-techie, I'll be glad to answer them. So anyway, let's go ahead and share the screen because I honor those of you that came on time or early. And we'll get started right now. The very first thing I'm going to actually do is give you a full tour of the back office and where everything is. And make sure if you have any questions that you put them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. If for some reason your question gets lost in the chat because it's very busy, please go ahead and copy it and put it in again because it's very, very important. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get on the job. So we're actually got backup is right here. I got it open. And as you can see, the very first thing I come up with is the screen that you get when you first log in. This is our welcome screen. You might notice there's a big video here. It's kind of obvious. Make sure and watch it. It really does help you. And I want you to also notice as I scroll down here, there's 3 buttons on this front page, which makes it super easy for you to get around. You really don't have to know a whole lot more than what's right here in these 3 tabs right here. But I'm going to go ahead and open these and then show you where they are on the side screen as well. So I'm going to open this one first. This is our Got Back dashboard. And this is where you go when you want to get started the first time, especially. You might notice that this is where your download links are. Now, I want you to also notice these big orange buttons. These take you to the videos for getting started. Now, I used to actually walk you through that process, but I have to tell you, I've watched these videos and they're excellent and they really do a better job of explaining how to get started than I do because I get sidetracked sometimes. So I really want you to watch these videos. Please don't push aside and think you know it all because it's very important. Now, one thing it doesn't say, but it is important, is sometimes a virus protection or something of those sorts can get in the way of a good download and install. So make sure that you turn those off temporarily so that you'll get a really good install. And you might notice also that on this side where it says Windows, it also has the Google Android Play button for your phone. So if you're in your phone and you need to get the Google for your Android, that's going to take you right to the store so you can get it downloaded into your store. And then again, please watch the videos. How to get started with your Google Android is actually in this list. Okay? Now, if you happen to be a Mac user, obviously you're going to download the Mac side, and it has its own set of videos for that as well. Now, you might be like me, and I have Windows, but I also have iPhone. So if you have an iPhone and you want to get started with your Got Backup in iPhone, then you will go over here and watch the video over here, and you'll download from over here for your phone. So that makes it pretty simple. It's not difficult. And I will come back to your questions after I do this demo. Then I want you to notice there's another button called the promotion tools. This is where you'll find your affiliate links, okay? And one thing they've recently added, which is really cool, is they have where you can copy your promo link right here. You can create a tracking link right here, and you can view the statistics right here. In other words, you don't have to hunt around. They're right here underneath each of these pages, making it super easy to get started. Now, this is the actual link right here. Of course, this is a demo. This is not a real account. That's important because we don't want to expose anybody's personal emails or other personal information. And we'll get into more details about this page in a few minutes. Then I want you to notice that the third button is the comp page, explaining how our compensation works. And there's 2 videos on this page, as well as a PDF for each of these, explaining how it works. The first one is how the first level of your compensation plan works. And the second one talks about the binary, which everybody loves to hear about. So if you really want to understand how the binary works, don't ask me tonight. Go back here and watch this video. I'm going to hold you responsible for taking the time to watch these videos because they're very important to your success. So I'm going to come back here. I have mine open because I have a reason to share that. But now you'll notice we're right here. And because this is just the Got Backup, the only tool that's actually here is the Got Backup. But to look at it, you simply click the link right here under the digital tools. Unless it says something else, but generally it'll say tools or assets or something of that order. And it's the first tab right underneath the welcome tab. And to use the tool, we're going to end up actually going to the same place I showed you a few minutes ago, and that is the dashboard. Now you might also notice while we're at it in here that there's a few extra things on this page. One of them is, I don't want to show that in case it gets me in trouble, you can actually create a second account, and you would do that simply by adding it right here. Make sure it has its own unique password and username and email for that individual that you make it for. Of course, fill it out. I don't think I have to explain this. This is pretty easy. And then you also notice that there's an auto login. This takes you actually to your personal cloud of your files, okay? And so if you go right here, you'll see that it'll take me to the cloud. Of course, again, this is a demo account, not a real account. But there's a few things in here on purpose just to show people how it works. Now, one thing that makes our company particularly unique and fun is that you have full editing possibilities with your actual cloud files. You can actually delete or add right in here, just the same as you would in your computer on your Explorer window. For instance, if I click this button, I can make a new folder, a new text file, a new document, which looks a lot like a Word document, a new spreadsheet, which looks a lot like an Excel spreadsheet, a new presentation, which looks a lot like a Microsoft presentation, and a whiteboard. I've never used a whiteboard, but I've used all the other things on here. And it was really handy. For instance, I've got some videos that are all uploaded in my files, and I might want to actually make a clean place for them. And I don't know why it does this, But whenever you change your mind, it creates a blank README file. I'll have to ask why that happens, but anyway, that's okay. And then you can create a folder. I'm going to do one just so you can see how easy it is. You can actually make your own cloud files. Now, why is this important? Maybe you don't want your files to be staying on your hard drive. You just want them up here in the cloud so they're safe. So I'm going to just do a folder called Pictures, and I'll put a few pictures in here just to show you how it works, okay? So you click that, and then you go ahead and you go down and find them. And I'm just going to put a few things in there that I have right here. This is actually my download folder, but that doesn't matter. But I want to show you that actually there's videos and pictures in here, but that's okay. And then as quick as you put them in, you can take them out. Like this is a temporary file, so maybe I don't want that. You can simply take them out. And this is a video. And that makes this pretty cool that you can do this. Okay, so next thing on our list is I want you to notice that there is an actual lead capture system, and this is actually where you can communicate with your own leads and anybody that might have gotten into your business through your links. Okay? And so I'm going to show you that in a minute. But first, let's go over to the reseller tools. That is going to take you again to the same place that you saw me go a few minutes ago. This is where all of our affiliate stuff is. There's pages, and this is how you can actually copy. You can copy this link. You can create a new link. This is where that is. And this is important. So if you actually want your people that are now getting on your list to come to these webinars, which are very powerful for bringing people to you, because when they see that they not only have you as their support, but they also have the whole company and even Joel that comes twice a week into a webinar and shows you that he cares about you personally, you can actually copy this link and send it by email. And that's very important to know. Then, of course, you've got banners. We'll go ahead and look at those. I'm going to click out of some of this stuff so that we don't have too many things up. And then we have advertising ad copy. And what's cool about this is you can actually copy this and make an email and not ever have to know how to do any of it. Of course, I recommend you learn how to create an email, but if I wanted to, I could actually copy this. Now I'm going to click over here to this right here and open this up so you can see. We can now actually create a campaign email and we can send it to our list. Now there's nobody in here yet, but I want you to know how to do this because this is important, okay? So we're going to actually create a new email, and you would do that by going into the send broadcast and then make sure and add these two lists over. Make sure you create an actual title. I always forget to put a title in here, and then it reminds me. But this is demo, so I'm just going to write demo. And this is, we actually have some little newsletter templates. And you can actually use one of these templates so you don't even have to know how to do this part, which is really cool. So I'm going to actually click that one and look at what happened. It created an email, but this is of course not what you want to put in there. So let's just actually paste what I just copied, you saw me copy all of that. Now it's in here. So now we have an email. It's already set up with your link. Although there's a few little things you might want to fix. First of all, this is not the correct picture, right? You're going to want to put a correct picture in there. And so the way you do that, make sure it's clicked and then insert or edit picture. And then go find that picture, which happens to be right here. Make sure that it is smaller than 600 pixels. 200 to 300 is about right. And if you actually type in 300 on one side and then tab over, it will resize the picture to the right size. So now let's go look and see what happened. Okay, that's the wrong picture, but that's okay. I wanted you to see how that works because this doesn't matter if it's the correct picture. But if you get the wrong picture in there, it's pretty easy to fix it. You simply go back in here and upload another picture, which I think is this one. Yep. And again, I don't want it to be that big, so I'm going to change it the size. Yep, there's my picture, which I did earlier. I want you to notice one more thing that you do want to fix, and that is right here. These are actual intended to be pictures that are also links. Now, you don't need to have anything more than Facebook, really. So I'm going to go over and grab my personal Facebook profile. And that's up here when you click yourself. Whoops. Might help to be in the right place. All right, here we are. So now we just have this picture. Again, notice I'm clicking it so it's highlighted first. Now if I come up here and I click the chain, it will actually make that picture become clickable, okay? And you'd probably want to put in here a title. And say okay. Now that is now going to be clickable with my profile, and I made a couple of changes, didn't I? I put myself in here, and then you notice also it says your name, so you don't want it to say your name. You want it to say you. So I'm sure you can do a little bit of editing here so that this is your email and not the company email. And by simply doing a few little quick changes, you now have an email ready to go to your list. So let's go ahead and save it. You come clear down here to the bottom and you click this blue button. And you'll notice we get a green button that comes up. It was successfully added. And that's where it ends up, is right here. Of course, I have not actually put it in the real queue because we don't have any leads here. But the next step is to actually put it in the queue. And once it's in the queue, it will get sent to your leads. I recommend you do this at least 3 to 5 times a week. I do it 6 times a week. I take Sunday off for my family, for my worship, but I do send out an email every other day but that day. So that's what I suggest you do as well. Okay? And then you notice also there is pre-enrollee ad copy. When we click on that one, it actually lets you email this, and you can actually go and it will actually show up in that same window where it was before for sent, and it already has everything in place. Again, there's a few things you'll want to change. Make sure you have your own personal stuff in here so that that person sees that information. Okay, this is already pre-set to put your personal information in here. And again, there are some icons on the bottom. So if you want that person to have your contact information, you need to fix it. So now I've taken you through that process. That's it on that part. And that tells you that it's pretty doggone simple. If you have some leads and you want to look at them, you would do it by going to this list right here. And when I click on this list, of course, again, there's no email, no actual emails in here, but you have two lists that you can actually look at. Enrolled means that they have become somebody that might start paying. And this is how you also get a hold of their emails so that you can tell them that you're interested in finding out about them and what they're up to. Okay? And then, of course, there's only one tab left, and that is the business tab. This is where you'd go to find out about your commissions right here. And of course, this is a demo account, so it does not have any information in it. And there is one more tab under here that's important for you to know about, and that's the one called My Downline. And this is where you will see your personal people that are in your power line. And on Thursday morning early, they get moved over into your tank. You won't see the tank any other time, but when they are in right here on Thursday morning. So right now we don't have anybody in our power line or tank because this is not a real account, but that is where everything is. So I'm going to actually show you one more thing before I close down and come back to see how we're doing and if there's questions to answer. And that is, I've got mine open tonight, and the reason why I do is because I had a great big crash. I had a problem with OneDrive, and because of that, I had to upload. I had to completely start from scratch from when, like it is when you first buy a computer and there's nothing on it. I started from scratch, just like that. And the beauty of doing that was that everything was already in my uploads. And so I didn't lose one single little tiny thing, and that was really important to me. And I want you to know I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I have 1.3 terabytes of stuff in here right now, and I have more to put in there, but I don't need to put a lot more, but I have a little bit to put in there. And that's one of the things that I think is beautiful about this. And I saved one of my new things to show you, just so you can see how to create a new sync folder. Now I've already set up where I want it to go ahead of time. So I'm going to add a new sync. I'm actually going to change this letter to F. And I'm doing that because I don't want it to go in C. Then I'm going to choose my new folder, which is a picture folder. And it's in my F drive, which is an external. And I'm going to set up one for my pictures. So I'm going to select that folder and go to the next. And then this lets you actually put it where you want it to go on your virtual drive. So I want this to actually come in here to my today files, which I set up earlier in the day, and I want it to come to this folder right here. So I'm going to say next and add. And in a few seconds, that's actually going to add a new sync that is not set up yet. And so it needs to actually start working on it. And so I'm going to actually give this a few seconds so that it will show up. because I think it's important for you to see it really does work exactly the way they say it does. Sometimes I like to do them manually, and sometimes I like to do them virtually. And this is an actual virtual setup, and it has not done it yet. So now I'm going to go ahead and come back to my thing here, and let me see. Do we have any questions while I was away? I don't see any questions yet. Would you please, if you have any question at all, other than things that are about, that really are support related, I can help you with anything else. Okay, great. Dom, the way the do it for you works is that they will actually give you a paid member as part of that package. They will set up your emails for you, your follow up, and that will all be set up for you. So that's what that is going to help you do. So it's pretty cool. I did that too. And then other times when you have a list and they come in, those emails will already be there. Okay. How does it work if you miss a payment? Just go in and update your payment, please. If you spend too long waiting to get updated, you could get canceled, but they usually give you a pretty good grace period. They usually give you a month or so. Okay, good questions. For 6 additional family members, every time we add a new member into the shared storage, the storage space are equally divided. No, they are not. And it's 6 total, counting yourself. Okay, so you just go ahead and add somebody. You do not have any ability to allot a certain amount of space. But if somebody is going to be a space hog, you might want to sell them their own account. But in most cases, they'll probably use less than you do. But that is important. The major thing they'll probably want to do is hook up their phone to it. So that's how that works, okay? All right. I have my images on my Google Photos. I want to transfer them. Francis, I know they're working on creating a button that will let you bring your Google Photos over, but it has not yet done that. But what you can do is I believe Google Photos gives you a download all button, or if they don't, I would download all or as much as you can into your computer temporarily and then upload them again into your new got backup space. That's how I would handle that. Let's see. Um, no, go ahead and look at the replay. I need to go on. Okay. How are files in the clouds protected from corruption? We have military grade encryption. Now, I don't have the exact details on how that works. I just know it's the highest possible protection that you can possibly ask for. Plus, it also gives you 2 backups, not just the first one, but another one. And then they do an off-site backup as well. So yes, that we are very, very seriously protected. Okay, awesome. Any new questions? Let me know. Looking for questions. I do not see any new ones yet. Okay. I want to set up 500 megabytes for 6 members and 3 gigabyte for me, but I can't because each member will get equal space. No, we don't have the ability to allot that, but that is something we need to probably see if they would allow us to do in the future. But to be absolutely sure, if you're worried about that, Um, Understand, you've got 6T. Now, I just showed you my own uploads, and I have probably 50 times what you have on my hard drive and in my cloud, and yet I've only used a little over 1T of space. I've used a lot of space. Unless you've got a huge amount of videos, you're not going to use up all of your space. I promise you, it's a big amount of space. Okay? Okay, great. I know what military encryption means, but I am wondering about the other things our files are protected from, such as DOS attacks. As far as I know, Tom, we've never had any kind of intrusions of any sort from outside. For one thing, our servers are actually on site inside of our own headquarters in Texas. They are not off site somewhere. They're not on Amazon. They're not anywhere like that. They're on site in our own headquarters. So that protects them because not only do we have that encryption, we also have security knowing that we have very, very serious people that are very well trusted that come near our files. They are not ever anywhere near somebody that does not know us and would do harm to us. So I know that it is actually very serious, and I have never seen any attack. I've been involved with this company for over 3 years. We've never had an attack of any kind. Well, welcome, Sue. You can always come back to our replay anytime. And yeah, Krista says you can use all of that amount of space all by yourself. You don't have to make a separate email account for each of them. You can have multiple different devices all connecting to the same account, which makes it really easy. I have my phone, a laptop, and my tower all connected to the same account. You don't have to have separate accounts for all those different devices. When I send a broadcast to my pre-enrollees, it doesn't seem to count any clicks to the View Powerline webpage. That's because they're not actually, I don't know exactly know why, Ed. What you would probably want to do is go ahead and ask support on that, because it could possibly be a support issue, because actually they should. Anybody that's in your list should show up as clicks if they're clicking on your emails. So do go ahead and drop an email to support on that. Okay. I have been using Dropbox for years, and I'm paying $31.99 for 3T currently. Can I transfer my files from Dropbox? You can't do a direct transfer yet. They're working on it, Jeffrey, but you can do a download. I know that's a pain, but it's a one-time thing, and then they're all safe inside our Google backup. But I mean our got backup. But at this point right now, we don't have a transfer, although you could send an email out to support and see if they could help you out with that, because they might have that ready to go, and I just don't know about it yet. And yeah, you can save some huge money by coming over and getting rid of your Dropbox. I never have liked that program. Okay. The main account we need to create for others. The other family members will feel no privacy. Yes, they will have privacy, because they will have a separate account. They will not see your account. You will not see their account, because you create a new account basically on that page I showed you. So they do have privacy. How does this work with our current iCloud account? I closed down my iCloud. I mean, I didn't close it down, but I'm not worrying about it. And I downloaded it to my computer. But if anything that is already still on your phone will get transferred into Google Got Backup. Okay, I mean, I don't know why I'm calling it Google. It will get transferred in. But something that's not any longer on your phone, you might want to download one time to your hard drive, and then you'll be able to get it transferred in correctly. Okay? Great questions. Still trying to learn this, need to help with capture page and the rest of it. Lawrence, there's no techie anything with the capture pages. I showed you where they are. You simply use them and share them. They give you leads. You don't have to build a page. We already have those pages in there. Okay? So don't worry about trying to build a capture page. You already have it inside. You hide them, you share that tour page with people. Real easy, real simple. Okay. I think I'm keeping up with everybody. If I missed any of your questions, let me know. We have Google Translate in the back office. If you haven't noticed it, it is in there, which will automatically transfer everything to the back office, including your capture pages. Okay? Is there a I-click button to share files among? Yes, there is a way to share. Let me show you how that works, okay? All right, I'm going to come back here to our Got Backup and show you how that works. First off, we have to be, I need to get back to Got Backup, the page in the cloud. And then you want to click your auto login. And then you want to be, I think, see how it says, let's see, add. Yeah, that's add pages. Notes. See how it says shares down here? When you click the share button, you can actually create a share or a tag, and you can actually create that. And then the other thing you can do is I'm going to go in here and pretend I want to share these. If I go to this picture, let's say, and I want to share this with people, all I have to do is, oops, wrong place, sorry about that. All I have to do is click this right here. See this little funny little thing right here? If we click that, we can create a share button. Link copied, link shared, link created, okay? Now you have it copied um, in your window, and you simply come over here, we'll come back here, and I'll share that page right here. Now you guys can actually look at those videos. They're that picture that I just loaded up in there. If you want to, that's how simple it is to share. Really fun. All right. If you create accounts for employees or children, can you adjust sizes on the fly? No, we do not have the ability yet to create sizes. But if you have a lot of people to share with, I would keep it to real small on the ones that you're going to share, and think about selling an account to people like your employees, unless you only have one or two, because you only have 6 accounts, including your own. Okay? The additional user can change their password after giving them the account. Yes, Ed, thank you. That's another way that they can feel privacy, is by changing the password. Alrighty. How I share Facebook Got Backup group or invite new members to the group. Oh, and I keep forgetting. This is how new people can get started with the business with Got Backup. And also let me go and grab that group page. I can do that. And that will help you out. I'm going to have to type it in. I'll get the Got Backup page for you. Here's our Got Backup group. Good questions. Anybody else got some questions they need answered? We're looking good tonight. Everybody happy? That they understand how this works? This is really not hard, guys. This is simple. Can you take back an account you made for someone if they leave? Yes, you can delete the account. Okay? Yes, Kelly, I just showed you how I created my own sync today. Do you remember me doing that? And that sync is automatically backing up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I just now created this sync today in front of you, and notice that it has a green tab here, meaning there are already some files backed up in this brand new sync I just created. So yes, it creates an automatic sync. If you make changes, adding new files or whatever, it will automatically back those up. I don't have anybody in that demo account that is in the placement, so it's not possible for me to show that to you, but it is not difficult to do. You simply have two legs and you put everybody on the left outside or the right outside, no inside. When you start getting started with it, you'll see a few people will start getting their own people, and when that happens, they start having their own legs. So just remember, always left or right outside, okay? Pretty easy. And on the very bottom, and that's all I always remember to do, okay? Yes, absolutely. This is really cool. You can password protect a picture or a video or something else you might have, so it is completely secure. Nobody else can see it but the person that you're inviting to look at it, which really is a beautiful set. If you think about it, we've got an awful lot of capability inside this really small program that doesn't cost you hardly anything. I mean, we had a gentleman just recently that said he's paying $39.99 a month for less space, and he doesn't have all of that capability. Pretty cool if you think about it. Yep, Carrie, that's how it works. But I recommend actually you get used to putting people in, because as your legs start to grow, they will go to the highest open spot, and it may not be exactly where you want them to go. So I recommend you actually start putting them in yourself, which you do on Thursday morning. The picture password could be used for photographers to take photos. Yes, absolutely. Beautiful. So look at the possibilities that would give you. Yes, Stormy, you would get email notifications when someone joins or takes the free tour. Our company is really good about giving those notifications. So I'm not seeing a lot of questions. Is there any new ones? There is kind of a code that shows your name, but any place on your emails that you don't see that it's filled out completely, it's completely editable. So go ahead and edit that email so that it is your email, okay? Are we allowed to place people anytime after midnight? Yes, absolutely. As soon as you see that they've moved into your tank, you can place them. It's simple, it's fun, and it's a lot of fun to place people and start seeing your legs grow. It's a lot of fun. Eastern time, which means if you're not Eastern time, it would be earlier. Doing good here. Any other questions? There's no, you can do any kind of marketing. Oops, sorry about that. That's not the one I wanted to do. You can do any kind of marketing you want. There's a lot of preferences. There's a huge bunch of people here, and everybody has their preference. I like to do content marketing and Facebook marketing, but some people like to do paid marketing. And so it's really a matter of what you like to do. And then here's the big key, be consistent with whatever you choose to do. Yes, if you already have a Payoneer card, an existing card, you can actually set it up in there. You do not have to have a brand new account. Okay, I'm not seeing a lot of questions. Are they last call on questions? We're getting up to an hour pretty soon. Anybody else have a question that they think I didn't answer yet? I want to make sure you feel really, really comfortable. Okay, Jason wants me to describe what a pre-enrollee is. A pre-enrollee is basically somebody that has taken the tour off of your link, but they have not yet become a paid member. Okay? It's pretty simple. That's what they are. Any other questions that you need answered? You're welcome, everybody. I appreciate you coming. I love all of the interaction, and I love all the people that are helping out the new ones, so that you feel comfortable, because that's what this is really all about. Yes, I saw Jason's question. How we doing? We do have, we do not have a actual cloaker. We do have where you can put a code on the end, but we don't have a cloaker. And you know what? Some of the companies don't like it. Facebook doesn't like it. So it's up to you if you want to use that. There's plenty of those kind of accounts out there. You know the easiest one? If you've got a blog, I have a blog. Pretty Link is the best one I know of, and it's free. Okay. Okay. If you're having a problem, Kelly, with your Payoneer cards, I would suggest you actually contact support, because they'll help you out with that in Payoneer. Make sure they know that you already have a Payoneer account, and then ask them if they'll help you link it up with your got backup account. Okay, that's where you would go as your Payoneer support, because it's a Payoneer program and problem if it's not linking up properly. But I didn't have a problem with doing that, and I used to have I even had 3 different things going into the Payoneer, and I always got it linked up with one account. All right. I didn't take your question down. Please repeat it then. I don't take anybody's question down. What is it that you need me to answer? I'll be glad to do that. You mean I took it off of my screen? That doesn't mean it's gone. It means it's just in the chat. Keith. Okay, I'm looking to make sure I didn't miss anybody that is asking a good question. Yes, the payment for binary commission happens in the very last of the month, and you'll usually see it in the next week right after that calculation is completed. If you've got binary commission coming to you, you'll see a little thing in your commission page that will show a little thing that's working. Usually takes about 12 to 24 hours to complete, and then you'll have your own binary payment, which will come in your commissions in the next week, in the next Friday. Sue, I don't know how you could be anybody can be getting your broadcasts that are not on your team, because they have to be on your list to be getting those. They're probably somewhere you don't know where they are. You don't actually send emails to your team members, people. You send emails only to the ones that are directly in your list, whether they're pre-enrollees or lead members. Okay, Larry's asking, how do you turn free members into paid members? Well, you can have a personal contact with them. If they become pre-enrollees, they showed an interest. And you know what? I send them a personal email most of the time. I don't mean an autoresponder message. I send them a personal email. I have done that from the beginning, and that usually gets them to flip over. But to show them that you're interested, okay? Okay, let me see if I see there's supposed to be a question I missed. Okay, can each person own only one reseller account, or can the same person? I have no reason to have more than one reseller account. Why would you want to have more than one reseller account? I would like to know why you think that's a good idea, because that just makes it more complicated. Just have one account, okay? It's not that you can't, but why? I just answered your question. M. Nazari. All right. Let's see. Here's one. Would someone from the co-op email program be a pre-enrollee that has gone through the tour? If they're just in the co-op, they're leads, they become a pre-enrollee when they decide to take your tour, and that means they've gone to two processes. They become a lead, then they become a pre-enrollee, okay? So it's usually a two-step process. If they're a lead, they're not a pre-enrollee. I hope that makes sense. And Krista has a good point here. Reseller means you are promoting the business and earning commissions. So really, you only need one reseller account. You don't need more than one. And I wouldn't do that, because that just makes it complicated, okay? And we're trying to keep this really simple and easy and fun, okay? So let's keep it easy and fun. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes people get more than one account because they opt in more than once. But does this person have 3 paid accounts or are they 3 free accounts? That's something I would like to know. Because if they're paid accounts, why are they paying for it 3 times? If they have a comp plan and can max out, big marketers will use 2 accounts. Yeah, I know, and some people do it, but I don't recommend it. And I know that people do that. I just kind of think it's sort of cheating, and that's just my personal opinion. If I were you, Sue, I would be asking them why they have 3 paid accounts. Do they need that much space? Do they think they're actually going to create something bigger? Because it doesn't actually optimize your ability to make money to have 3 paid accounts. Oh, it actually doesn't. And I know that there's times when that happens and you don't max out, David. Let me make this clear. You don't actually max out the comp plan. You get paid in infinity for every personal referral, regardless of where it is. Now I know there's forced matrices where a certain point you don't get paid. You get paid the same amount for number 72 as you get paid for number 1. So you're not going to max out the comp plan. So you only need 1 account, okay? And so that's one thing I think you really need to understand. We do not have a reason to have more than 1 account. And here we go. Russ is one of our leaders. Russ is one of the people that's killing it. He has 1 account, right, Russ? We don't need to have more than 1 account. If you have people that are going to use a lot of space, sell them this program so that you get paid on it. Okay? That's a good question though. That hasn't come up before. I was thinking about opening another account to have an English one and a Spanish one, but keep changing you don't really actually have to do that. Let me show you something. Let me go back in to the got back up. Okay, I got to close some things. I got too many things open. All right, let's get back here. Whoops, I'm in the wrong place. All right, looks like I closed it down by mistake. All right, I want to show you something. See, what was the question? Let me double check before I get any further. Yeah, all right. Oh, I don't see the Google Translate in here. Where's our Google Translate? There was a Google Translate button up here. They took it down for some reason. Let's see. Let's make sure. Let's see. Let's go here just to make sure it's not gone. Yeah, look up here. Look up here. See this right here? So if we go use the tool, see, select language. Now somebody said they wanted to have a Spanish account. So let's see what happens if we click Spanish. I want you to notice, look what happened. Everything changed to Spanish. That means you don't have to have a second account. Hello? Let's make this easy. Look at everything is Spanish. Okay, I want to get back to English. Where's English? There it is. Okay, now everything's in English again. Okay, I've got somebody that wants the page in Bulgarian. So everything's going to change to Bulgarian. Arabic. Cantillon. I don't know what that is. But this is why you don't need another account. Everything lets you get. Now let me show you something else here before we get out of here. Let's go to the Reseller tab. I want you to notice now what happens when I hit the select change in here. Let's see, what should we make this? It doesn't matter what, we've got just about everything you can possibly imagine in here. Here's Spanish again. Look what happened to Spanish. Let's go look. See? Let's go look and see what happens to this page. Ah, that didn't change. Okay. They're supposed to change. If they don't change, you've got to ask support. They're supposed to change. Anyway. Anyway, you're supposed to be able to just click the Google Translate button. And if it doesn't actually do that, if it doesn't change the page for you, please contact support. This is a good question, and Russ is one of our leaders. He's making some big money, and he says he reaches out to people that have payment failure or didn't convert to a paid member, which I do also. It's worth it to do that so that people will come in here. Yes, I know we don't actually have any Spanish presentations yet. They are on the way. Also, check in the group, in our Facebook group. I put the link in here. Let me find it again. Alrighty. Check in here in the Facebook group. Ask them about Spanish. Ask them about any language you're interested in for presentations. Okay? And also, if you are good at both English and another language, you might offer to actually help with that. Like French. Kelly's asking about French. Because people that want the presentation, you might need to help out with that, because that is a lot of work to translate. They have reoccurring payment for paid account each month or no? I think you're asking, do you get paid every month? Yes, you do. If they're on the monthly plan, if they're paying the $9.99 a month or $95, you get paid a portion of that every month. And that's what makes this really cool, is not only do you have brand new people coming in if you're working at it, but you have what they call a residual income. And that is something that everybody wants. And that's a cool thing. I have a residual income. I get money that comes in every month from people that have already decided they want this for themselves, and they pay every month for it, and I get paid too. Very cool, right? Okay, any new questions? If you do not have phone numbers for your co-op members, at least send them a personal outside email. Exactly. Right. That's exactly what I would do. From your own Gmail or whatever, just go ahead and send them an email saying, "Hi, I'm Larry. You got on my list for Got Backup. Is there something I can do to help you out? I love the program. I'd love to help you." Just be friendly. You don't have to sell them because the program is already going to do that. I think we're in good shape here. Anybody got any more questions? Any more questions that you need answered tonight? I will be glad to help you out. And you also have those pre-written. Yes, you do have those pre-written ones. But what he's asking about is, do you want to send an email out to them individually? And I have done that. And that does make people interested a little bit more. Who are the Wednesday and Friday? That is usually Joel and Mike. Joel and Mike come up on Wednesday night and Friday morning. And also we have Jerry Schroeder is on Thursday night helping with teaching you recruiting techniques. Very good and helpful. You're very welcome, Kelly. I'm glad that you are feeling good about it. That's the whole point of my webinar tonight, is to make you feel really comfortable and happy that you understand what's going on and what to do. That's my job. All right, guys. Anything else? Last call before we end it. Okay, I hope you guys have a good evening. Thanks a lot for coming. We had a lot of new people tonight. I'm glad we did. I mean, it's really cool to see that. And everybody have an awesome night. And of course, watch the emails. We will have more webinars this week. And we have a very amazing community. I love our community. That's one of the major things that's important to me is community, because I think that helps you even more than the company itself. If they were just kind of by themselves and didn't talk to you at all, it would feel kind of cold. But the fact that we have, thank you, Russ, I really appreciate it. All of you coming, absolutely. You guys have an awesome, awesome night. And I'm going to go and rest and relax because it's getting late for me. You guys have an amazing night. Yes, congratulations to all the new members. We had about 50% in here. We're brand new people. Very cool. Thank you. Good night tonight.